What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Tuesday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great. And I hope everybody's just having a good week. If you could please hit that like button. If you could please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you get my lives and my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of most of my videos. So what's up, what's up, what's up? How are y'all doing on this amazing Tuesday? I'm doing great. I feel good, man. I'm not even going to front. I feel pretty good. Having a good day. Fishing up a storm, what up? Eddie416, what up? My email, what up? Gary, what up? Billy Jagger, what up? Mailman, what up? And 6 Ontario Adventure, what up? Mossberg, Tues, Bulldog. Happy Tuesday, my brother. So, as you guys all know, my lives are just a conversation. You know, I know that they're getting bigger, so it's going to get harder and harder for me to keep up with the questions. Bear with me, please. And then, you know, we can just talk about whatever you guys want to, whatever's the conversation. You already know, playa. What is the topic of conversation for this amazing Tuesday? When am I going back on lockdown 23-1? I have no idea, my brother. I'm not going to bug him. He's had me on there twice. It's helped my channel a lot, and I appreciate him for what he's already done for me. Are you happy with what Canada did so well in the Winter Olympics? Honestly, Ryan Foster, I never paid attention to the Olympics. I'm not a fan. Was I in jail? No, I wasn't in jail with him. He knew somebody who knows my girl and her family. And I ended up meeting him because of my channel. So, no, I was never in jail with him. Paychecks, what up? Yeah, I knew him, but I didn't know him like he was my best friend or anything. I met him a couple times, and that's it. You know, I know his family more than I know him, you know. So, no. Oh, is that your friend, Billy Jagger? I was with the homie on Friday. You already know, playa. I'm trying, Gary. You know what I mean? I'm trying to inspire the youth to do something better. You know what I mean? Who I got winning the NBA Finals? I say it's hard for anybody in the East to beat the West, despite the fact that I know Philly just got better with Harden, but the West is so dominant. But the problem is you could have the West beat the crap out of each other in the playoffs, and then the East, somebody in the East might pretty much coast through, at least until the Eastern Conference Finals. So it just depends. I'll have a better opinion later on. Okay, Billy. Well, sorry for your loss, my brother. Carlos, man, what's up? I'm just chilling, my bro. Working every day, just trying to get by, man. The cost of everything getting so expensive. Man, it's crazy. The price of gas, crazy. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I would love to be able to focus more time on the channel, but I just work so much. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a little bit more in the near future. Did you ever get to do any time with any of the Stopwatch gang? I was in Williams Head with Michael Reed. It was neat to pick his brain on the good old days. I don't think so, because that name doesn't ring a bell for me. I'd have to know the story fully to understand, but I don't know it as that. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it's something I need to learn about. More Fed time vids drop. Yeah, I was actually, thinking about doing some more prison videos, but from around the world instead of just from Canada, just for information's sake. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot easier to find information out about prisons around the world. And I'll definitely get back to the federal system. And I'll definitely be getting back to interviews shortly. Nick Matcham. Stephen Reed, I don't know who that is. Yeah, bro, world's crazy right now. Got to do what we got to do, better than being down below. That's a fact. What do I think of what's happening in Ottawa? I don't want to talk much about it because I don't want to get my stuff demonetized. Let's go. Yeah, Steve, that's important. You know what I mean? Knowing that what's going to best prepare you and what doing time in certain places is like is important. You know? People is getting frozen. Dude, you're doing amazing. Keep up the hard work. Recovery is awesome. You already know, man. However it is for you, people are usually so focused on just trying to be sober rather than finding out what works for them. And I know for some people, that's the route they have to go. They can't smoke chronic. They maybe can't drink beer. They can't do anything like that. They just have to be completely sober. But I think the best way to do it is find what works for you, whether it's harm reduction or complete abstinence, what is going to allow you to live the most productive and happy life, In about 10 minutes, I'm going to have to go throw something in the oven, but I'll be right back. Yo, Matt, what up? How's it going, bud? It's good, brother. King LLL. We're all gone mad. It'd be cool to see your comment and review some videos about Canadians that went to prison abroad. Yeah, I'd love to do some interviews with guys that did time abroad. I've done American interviews for sure, but I would like to, you're right, to do interviews with Canadian guys. I actually had an interview lined up with a guy who was from Canada, he wasn't from Canada, but he had lived here for a long time and was now doing time in a prison somewhere in, where's the rapper Shine from? Belize? He was in Belize, and I was talking to him on his phone in Belize. And he was going to do the interview and stuff, but there's riots and all kinds of crazy stuff going on all the time. So it just never lined up. Is the farm outside Joyceville actually worked by inmates? Yeah, no, I don't know if it's worked there anymore. It's the Corcan butcher and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is still worked by the people who work at Pittsburgh. Paychecks, you already know, for the $2.79 piece. Appreciate that, and I will, man. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. That's the farm outside Collins Bay. Now, there's a farm outside Collins Bay, which is an actual running farm. At Pittsburgh, it was like a butcher shop, or like a, what is it called? Not a butcher shop, a slaughterhouse. But you're right. Frontenac is the one where you're getting up in the morning and working on an actual farm. Now, I don't know if it's still running that way. Frontenac's the party camp. If you're going to a camp, that's the one you want to go to. It's where you're going to do the best time with the least weirdos. The halal abattoir, isn't it? I don't know what that is. Sorry. What was the worst prison you can say I was in? Like, in terms of violent? I would definitely say that Millhaven or Kingston Penitentiary were the worst. Now, Kingston Penitentiary, I was in TD unit. So you just feel the energy of the place. You don't really experience it how it would be if you were living there. You're there for a few weeks on a range that's isolated. And then you get shipped to your mother. And then Millhaven, I was in reception. So you don't see that either in its full form. So for me personally, I would say the Don, Jail, or Tyak were probably the most violent, but Joyceville was where I saw the most violence because it's where I did the most time. How do you react to another man that says you're, and what you're doing to your wife? I don't want to smash him. Oh, hold on, Steve. I got to go back. Hold on. Maybe not. Hey, Matt, did you do any time with any of the Fords? Okay, hold on. No, I didn't do time with the Fords, but I'll tell you something funny. How do you react to another man that says you're and what you're doing to your wife? I don't want to smash him, but it's womanizer. I don't want to be played great deal in the weed, though. I don't really get it. Sorry. Lily Bluebell, what's up? How does extradition work? It'll take a while depending on how important of a prisoner you are. Hold on. There was a question that I wanted to answer. What was the question? Oh, the Fords. Okay. So I never did time with any of the Fords, but I did time with the brother-in-law of the like the brother-in-law of the Fords. So he was married to the Ford's sister, and what's the counselor? You know the counselor, the young Ford. That's his son. Gangster. The old man's a gangster. He was in there for manslaughter, slapping somebody with a shotgun over sleeping with his girl. Old man too, not a young guy. What's your best brew recipe? If you don't want to answer, it's soft. I'll understand. Yeah, I don't want to answer because I don't want to get anything taken out of the system. But there's one way that's guaranteed to work every time. Is it easy to get aminos and creatine? You're not going to get creatine, but you can get aminos. You might be able to get some testosterone boosters. You might be able to get. You'll for sure be able to get protein powder and weight gainer. And sometimes they'll do drives, and you'll be able to get some different things. Yeah, I'm sure Rob probably did get him beat up. I think they robbed his dad. AJ Cook, no, I didn't. We did time at the same time, but no, I didn't do time with him. You should make a video on how we make. No, can't do that. Can you tell me about Bath Penitentiary? I can't find any real info on it. I couldn't tell you really anything about it either. Not many people are going to get to go to Bath. I'll just say that. What was the energy like at Kingston Pen, bro? Also, are you planning on doing an interview with Eddie from the other Toronto jail? Yeah, I'm going to do an interview with Eddie for sure eventually. I've just kind of fell off the interviews, but I'm definitely want to do an interview with Eddie. But I'll say the energy in Kingston Penitentiary was scary, man. I remember one night I was in my cell and I was sleeping and I was facing the wall. And I remember thinking to myself, you know, when you get like chills up your spine, you know, and I'm saying to myself, I don't want to turn around. I don't want to turn around. I don't want to see what's behind me standing there. Hey, man, have you ever sat on a thumb? Right on, bruh. Have you? You've had your shit pushed in. Hey, buddy, when I go to court to get sentenced, should I bring cash with me? Definitely bring cash with me. And will they put it in my inmate account? I would most likely, the smartest thing to do would probably be take a money order with you. Yeah, TD unit, Nick. The spirits are definitely strong there. That is a fact. What's the shadiest thing you ever seen a guard do? Oh, I've seen guards smash guys, man. You know, I've seen lots of shady shit. I've seen guards beat up kids, man. 15, 16-year-old kids. People don't realize that KP was the worst of the worst because at least in the last like 10 or 15 years of when it was open, that's the end of the road for guys. Like once you've been booted out of population in max, that's where you go. So why would you care? And those guys are still killers. Training day, you already know. Joe Fly, yes, take cash with you. Yeah, I'm thinking of becoming a correctional officer in Ontario. I've used your channel to get a good gauge of what prison is like. Millhaven is where I applied. Do you have any advice for a rookie CO? Yeah, treat people with respect. If you treat people like humans, you do your job, you go home at the end of the day, you'll have nothing to worry about. If you flex on people, you go on a power trip, and you feel like it's your job to punish people, which it's not. The punishment is the time. The punishment is being taken away from your family. That is the punishment. So, yeah, as long as you're not doing any of that, I feel like you'll probably be all right. To be honest. Hold on, sorry, one sec. And that's a fact. Like, if you just treat people with kindness, if you just treat people like you want to be treated, you won't have a problem. Guard smashing dudes up in there. Yeah, there are some guards that don't care, though. They're also, the higher in security you go, the more likely you'll be able to find a guard that'll actually like throw down. And that's a fact. You can find that. Yeah, I feel like one problem that we have as a society with police officers is too long a shelf life, right? The reality is when you see so much trauma, you see so much destruction all the time, it damages your mind. So it's impossible to keep an unbiased opinion after so long. So I think one problem that we have is that people stay in these jobs for too long, and it corrupts them. It corrupts their mind, you know? I think that like every couple of years, they should have to go through mental health testing to see if they have PTSD and stuff like that. And if they'll be at high risk, I think that's a reality, and that's something that should happen. You ever got revenge knowing no matter you're going back, or was it? You ever went and got revenge knowing no matter what you're going back, and what was it when you got out? Yeah, like I never really had like a ton of beef in my life, but the beef I've had, I was prepared to have it, and I didn't care, you know? At the end of the day, it is what it is. If I'm prepared to scrap you, if I'm prepared to stand up like that, I'm prepared to take whatever comes with that. And that's something that you got to be able to do. Brian V, thanks for the 5-piece. I appreciate that. What's the best chow hall meal you look forward to in prison? The reality is, for the longest time, the last like real food you got was chicken, a chicken leg on bone. And I'd say that's what most people look forward to. Even if you didn't eat it as it was, you could tear it down and make something better with it. And after that, I'd say anything that just consists of real meat, like roast beef, roast pork, anything like that. Anything you could switch up and turn into something else. Definitely the chicken leg. Maybe hamburgers. Now, when you're in the pen, you know, it's changed recently, but when I first started doing time in the pen, you got like pancakes in the morning. You got big vats of bacon, but they don't do that anymore. That's something that's gone. Aaron, man. Fish Friday, man. Listen, there was a point in time where at Joyceville, they were giving out real salmon steaks, and 0 people would eat them. They would literally stay on that tray. The guys that worked out would just bag them up. Doesn't matter what they taste like. At the end of the day, that's the best protein you're going to get. That's real protein. I think my next video is going to be a breakdown of the top 3 or 4 differences of getting arrested in the US and Canada, because I've been thinking a lot about it, and I feel like there's some major differences, and they're important, you know? What seasoning do they got in the kitchen? If you're in the pen, you can buy stuff. Yeah. Yes, I do remember French toast, Joyceville breakfast. 7 years in that building I spent, so I know what the food was like. And I was there when the food transitioned into all that bag food, and they started giving bag milk. When I was powdered milk, when I was first there, used to get two big 20-liter jugs of milk every day, 2% milk. Hassan, just wanted to say I'm super happy. Seems like you got a lot of your shit together. Big props. I'm trying. I'm still human, Every day, I still have to make decisions in my life and hope that they're the right ones. That was probably a fact at one point there, Hassan. I don't go to Aurora much these days, but there was a point where I spent a lot of time there. Went to high school there. Looking these, bro. What's your weight? Honestly, I haven't been in a gym in 18 months. My weight's like 214 right now. I work a lot though, and my work is laborious. So you guys just give me 1 sec, all right? I'll be 1 second. Sorry about that. I gotta throw some food in the oven. Yeah, no, there was a point, Nick, where we would literally take the milk and we would cook it down so it was just cheese, protein, pure protein. My height's 5'9". Maddie, that's BS. That in the Ville they give you. Yeah, no, Carlos. Let me tell you something. When I got to the Ville in 2006, your breakfast came up in the morning. You got scrambled eggs some days with hash browns. You got pancakes. You got bacon, but you had to be up early to get it. That all changed once they went to the bag meals. Then they start giving out peanut butter and bread and crap like that for your breakfast. Little bags of cereal. Dumb shit. Brian Destroy. My son worked in the kitchen in Joyceville for 14 months. I worked in the kitchen for a long time. It was the best hustle I had when I was there. It literally gave me chronic the whole last year and a half I was there. Literally for veggies. I'm just making chicken burgers tonight, man. That's all I'm making. I watch your videos going to say sleep at night. It's really cool to hear your story. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I talked to my brother doing life in Workworth. He remembers meeting you. That's, yeah, for sure. Thoughts on Colby Covington versus Jorge? I think Covington smashes him. I think he smashes. I don't even think it's, I think Masvidal is good, but I think Covington is elite. He just keeps running into Usman. You know what I mean? I think if Usman wasn't champion, he would be champion. And I think the two of those guys are kind of a step above everybody up. Colby's gas tank is nuts. He's got a crazy chin. He can wrestle and he can punch. Colby's a problem. Jorge ain't KOing him. Jorge was going to lose to Nick Diaz. You think Colby Covington is losing to Nick Diaz? Really? I don't. I think it'll be a fight for a while until Masvidal gets overwhelmed. I worked in kitchen at Joyceville too. It was an awesome hustle back then, ripping off sugar and cooking oil. Man, I used to literally take handfuls of ground beef, handfuls of the cube beef, because I knew if I got a little bag of that stuff, I'd be able to freaking get a couple grams of weed. And when I was working in the kitchen, they didn't really care. there would be some days we'd know that the staff are going to pat you down. They're going to search you. It's no good. But most of the time you're good. And a lot of the time you can just put your meal in the tray and just put some stuff underneath it. Did you get made fun of because the black dude who has way bigger packages than you? No. But you like to speak about a lot of pretty sus things there, my friend. There, Dot. How you doing there, Dot? Gary Watts. Jorge went 5 rounds with Usman. First fight on less than 2 weeks' notice. Yeah, and then got dropped in the second fight. You know. Listen, I'm not saying that Jorge's a punk. That's not what I'm saying. I just personally think that Covington has got a more well-rounded game. I think if Jorge Masvidal fights somebody who's got a glass jaw, he's going to win, right? But that's not Colby. Maddie, did you hear the top lady in Truckers Convoy got denied bail? Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't want to talk about it. It just upsets me. That's on Hamilton Wentworth Detention Center. Closest thing to a Toronto detention center in Ontario. That's what other than maybe Maplehurst or Lindsay. I'm on here for like 5 more minutes, guys. Was Little Party still there? Little Party? Little Patty. Yeah, Patty was there. Chris Croco. Best food in which place, homie? I'd say that the best food anywhere is in Fembrook. Simply because there's a grocery store. You can buy and cook your own food. It is what it is. And if you're talking about like jail, I would say Mimico Mimico Mimico. Or honestly, or OCI. I never did time. I did time in Kingston Pen, but only in the TD unit. Brian V, man, thanks for the second 5-piece. You already know. How hard of a time will a white guy have going in on a soft charge like a DUI or domestic no jail experience? It depends on who you are as a person and how you carry yourself when you walk in there. If you walk in there like you've done time before. Don't walk in there like you're new. Walk over to the rule sheet. Just go over, show the range some respect, give it a quick glance, and keep it moving. Don't let nobody punk you for your food, even if you're going to get punched in your face for standing up for it. And that's the best thing I can say. The co-main event to the fight is Rafael Dos Anjos versus Rafael Fiziev. I know Dos Anjos, but I don't know Fiziev. I'm going to have to... Hold on, guys. You're getting a little sus. I'm going to have to put you in timeout there, bud. Have I ever got cooked in jail? No. I never got cooked in jail. I got punched in jail a lot of times. But no, I never got like beat up badly. I got beat up worse on the street. You know what I mean? Lily Bluebell, you be safe too and enjoy your supper. Gary Watts, thanks, bud. I appreciate ya. Thanks for the time and the viewership. Oh, you were talking about the other guy. Sorry, Gary Watts. Man was on a next tip. Weird. You ever see people on the outside who are inside with you? Yeah, lots of times. But I don't have any beef with anybody. I never had real beef with anybody all my time except the one guy I jumped and the beef was squashed years ago. So no. What was the story again? You had like a shiv made of plastic and yelled first one to, yeah, that was on 5 Pod and Lindsay. They're trying to bounce me off a range. I had a cell partner, Skinny, gave me a piece of tray. I was able to sharpen it down. They had me blocked off around the bench, basically half mooned around me and told me I had to leave. And I just said, look, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to, I don't want to hurt nobody, but the first one come near me is going to get it. And it is what it is. I know these guys didn't have real beef with me. It's not their beef. You want to get stabbed even with a plastic shank? Because I don't want to stab anybody, okay? But I am going to protect myself. That is a fact. Yeah, things have definitely changed. Jordan Duran, hope you're having a good night. Newborn Assassin, the next couple days, my brother. Maybe even tomorrow, but if not the next day for sure. No, I wasn't in the riot in Lindsay. I've been in some standoffs in Lindsay. I was in riot in Joyceville. But anyways, I got to go. You guys already know. I love you guys. I'm going to do a live as soon as I can. I appreciate you and your support. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed and hit that like button. Brian V with the other 5-piece. Jeez. Thank you, Brian V. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'll be doing another live in the next few days. Maybe the weekend, maybe Thursday, Friday. I don't know, but I'll get a video up in the next couple days. You guys already know. Love each and every one of you. The new Matt Clark.